Welcome to Tuesday's 2-Minute Tips, where I give a quick game dev tip every Tuesday. In today's episode, we'll be going over how to create and use a button in the Unity game engine. There are 3 ways to create a button in the Unity game engine. You can either go up to Game Object, UI, Button. You can right-click, UI, Button. Or you can use the Create menu in the hierarchy to hit Create, UI, Button. So we'll use that one for now. With anything in game dev, there are several ways to do things, so I'll go over the 2 most common ways to use a Unity button. The first method requires little to no coding, but is also limited on what you are able to do. If you look over inside the button script in your inspector window, and this is again, we have the button selected, you'll see this on-click list here that you can add and remove things from. So if we wanted to do something, say, make a cube turn off by hitting our button, we could, let's see here, create a cube, set our cube's position to 0, 0, 0. That way we can see it, so you can see it on the middle of the screen here. And then go back to our button, and like I said before, use this on click that I added before. So again, remember you can just subtract and add things in here, and then drag our cube into this object field. And at that point, we get a list of things that we can do to the cube. So in this case, we wanted to turn it on and off. So we can go to Function, so go down to Game Object, Set Active, and the checkbox is off. So now at this point, when we run our game, we should hit play. We should be able to click the button and it should turn our cube off. So let's go ahead and test that. So we hit play. Take a second. We click our button and now you can see our cube has turned off. So that's one way to use a button. A secondary way is to actually use it through code that can be attached or running somewhere in your scene. And that way is a little bit more complex, but gives you a lot more freedom and flexibility on what you want to do. The first thing we need to do is delete the action we created before. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we need to create some code that's going to listen to our buttons on click and turn the cube off. So in order to make this a short video, I've already created the code and we'll run over it real quick. So in my button test code that I created here, I have 2 serializable fields, one for the button, which we want to listen to, and one for the cube that we want to turn off. So it should be noted that in order to get access to the button class here, you need to include unityengine.ui, which is not included by default. Then in our start method, so the method that's called as soon as our code starts running, we subscribe or listen to the on click of our button and then tell it to call on my button click every time that the button is clicked. When the button is clicked then, we grab our target cube and we set it active to false, similar to what we did in the editor. So now we just need to put this code somewhere, so I'm going to throw it on my canvas. So again, you can do that by dragging it in. And then I want to drag in a reference to the button we want to listen to and the cube that we want to turn off. And at this point, I should be able to hit play, hit our button, and as you can see, our cube turned off. If you want to see more tips, get subscribed. If you have any ideas for a specific tip you would like covered, please leave a comment down below. And as always, I love you guys. Thanks for watching.